Hey y'all, what's good? I hope everybody is doing well. We're going to jump right into this video. If you're on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about Veneer text. So, if you guys have been on like TikTok or Instagram or maybe even YouTube, you may or may not have seen the uprising of Veneertechs. And there has been a lot of controversy surrounding um, this new quote unquote profession. And I just wanted to give my commentary on it a little bit. So before I play the couple of clips that I have, um, we're going to go over what exactly a veneer tech is. So, if you've never heard of a veneer tech, it's because it is a scam. Veneer techs are unlicensed individuals who use resin on your teeth and they somehow have mastered, I guess you can call it, the art of mimicking a tooth and they are trained by other individuals who have been trained, I'm assuming, by dentists. Um, the courses that I've seen have been offered in Atlanta, and Texas, and different other areas. The course is a 2-day certification course, and you're not certified to do anything, but that's just what they use in their advertising. And basically, they show you how to, like I said, apply the resin on the teeth, how to sand the teeth down and make them look as realistic as possible. Now, the way I learned about veneer techs is from YouTube. There was a girl by the name of Monica who had actually started her own business called Veneer Experts, and this was in Las Vegas. And she was um, basically acting as if she was a dentist. And so she was arrested in January. She posted bond, and you would have thought she would have learned her lesson. However, she moved to Chicago and started practicing dentistry without a license again. And so she was arrested and was able to bond out. So after that, I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta go start doing some more digging," because I just needed to know, how do you feel bold enough to, practice dentistry, going in somebody's mouth, altering and manipulating the bone structure, all of these different things. And this person was renting out an actual office to do these veneers. And so I went on TikTok and I learned that there are quite a few people who are actually um, practicing dentistry without a license or what have you. And so part of the reason why I think this new trend has gotten really popular is basically based off of social media. So a lot of celebrities, especially I say in the last 2 to 3 years, have gotten veneers, and it's almost like a rite of passage. So with social media, a lot of people who are of a certain demographic and a certain age range will try their damnness to mimic what they see other celebrities do. And so, um, yeah, I think that's just where that came from. And I think that social media is a way to play on the emotions of people who suffer from FOMO, right? And so, one particular young lady named Princess Cuts, and I'm not here to bash her in no way, so don't come for me, but I'm just using her as an example. I read a story where she did an interview with someone, and she said that she did not particularly like her smile and she wanted to get some work done, and she went to visit a dentist, and the dentist told her that she could not get any type of braces or veneers until she got some other general dentistry things done. So she needed like a cleaning and a root canal and different things like that, and she needed to have some extra money to pay out of pocket. And so they quoted her $10,000, and she said she was able to save up for, the work that she needed done for her teeth or whatever, and so she went and took the money back to the oh, I can't talk. She took the money back to the dentist, got the work done or whatever, and then she inquired further about the veneers or the braces, and they told her, "Well, you will need another $10,000," which she didn't have. And so she said that she learned about a person who did braces either in their home or something like that, and so it was only gonna cost, I think, about $1,600, and so she went and she got the braces done, and she said in 4 months her gap was closed. And so after that, she said that she had got the idea to try to do veneers on other people because she saw how many clients that the young lady that put the braces on her teeth, how many clients she had, and so she inquired about, um learning about how to, perform veneer services or what have you. And so she did not say who taught her how to do the veneers, but she said she went to several people and it cost her about $20,000. But she said she learned how to do veneers or whatever. And she said her business just boomed from there. And she said she did not think, about the consequences of practicing dentistry illegally or, anything of that nature. She was more so just happy that she was able to help other people who were struggling with, um, their teeth maybe not being aesthetically pleasing as they would like for them to be. So fast forward to present day, now that the scam has blown up, and I'm not speaking on Princess Cut specifically, I'm just saying all the other individuals who have gone to these workshops where they're taking these classes. People are chiming in that the veneers are falling off, that they've gotten infections, that the bite is incorrect in their teeth, and just different things of that nature. So this live is more so for awareness of people who may be thinking about getting veneers. They do look great when they're done correctly, but veneers are not for everybody. And it's more important that you are concerned with your overall health of your mouth. And we all want our smile to be beautiful, but at the end of the day, having a clean and healthy mouth is more important than having somebody glue something on your teeth. So the veneer techs that are practicing this service are using a resin and a composite binding, or bonding, material to place on your teeth, and then they're sanding it down. And what they're not realizing is that all of your teeth are connected by nerves, and these nerves and arteries and veins are connected to your heart. So there's so many things that you can do wrong that can cause an infection. You can, like I said, manipulate the bone structure. These techs don't know the anatomy of the mouth. They don't wear proper PPE. They're not trained in life-saving measures. They don't have any life-saving equipment in case somebody colds, or at least, if you nick somebody's gums and they start bleeding, what do what the proper technique is, in case that happens. They don't have surgical or medical grade supplies. They're not able to sterilize the equipment properly. And so all of these things go into that. So it's not just, gluing something onto somebody's teeth and then having them sign a waiver and just saying, okay, well, if you like your service, that's fine. If you don't, that's on you. Um, it's more to that. And that is why a cosmetic dentist would charge what they would charge. Because again, it's not just making somebody's mouth pretty, it's more that goes into that. So we're gonna watch a couple of clips that I have that hey, Bama. I have a couple of clips that we're going to watch about a young lady who does veneers, and she's not a dentist. She's not a dental hygienist or anything of that nature, has never gone to school. We're going to watch it in its entirety first, and then I'll come back and give my commentary.
Is doing composite veneers
Hold on, I can't hear anything.
kind of like doing nails? Oh yeah, yeah.
Hold on.
I always tell anybody if you know how to do nails, you can do teeth. You can do veneers. It is literally you're just doing the shape, putting it on there. using the light, boom, they're done. Like if you could just focus and make it the right shape that you want, you can do it, and you can learn it fast.
How did you learn to do composite veneers?
I took a class. There was a girl that was doing veneers, and I DM'd her on Instagram, and she said that she was teaching a class, and it was $800. So I went to her. She taught me everything. She gave me my certification, and then I started the next day. It was only a 1 day class.
Do you think that people in this country need a license to practice dentistry?
That's just the government. The government is always trying to scam. They're always trying to stop people from making money, because if everybody can make money from doing veneers, that takes away jobs from like dentists and doctors and stuff. So I just believe that when you make somebody have to have a license to do something, you really just want to take their money and you want to make it harder.
Somebody said, why you make all your customers look like Mr. Ed?
See, oh my God. I just be blocking out the haters like that, because that's really haters. Like that's probably some dental hygienist or some dentist that's just hating on like what we do, because they're just mad. I don't even pay attention to them haters.
The next comment says, this is fraud. Somebody lock her up.
Yeah, so when I went to my training class from a real my veneer tech that taught the class, she used to be a dental assistant for 2 years. So she has been doing this since before the pandemic. So she has already been doing this for 3 years, and it's legal, especially in Georgia, the state of Georgia. There are hundreds of veneer techs doing veneers, braces, anything you really need. You don't have to go to a dentist, because we're not really doing things like in healthcare. It's just like cosmetic. So it's just like doing hair and nails. So I'm gonna be good. I already know I'm gonna be straight. I got my certificate.
So the next comment says, why you ain't show what you did with that banana? Care about your customers' health?
Well, as long as they can like still like as long as they still have some teeth, I think it's okay. Um, I haven't had anybody that was missing more than like 5 teeth, or had like more than like 3 rotten teeth, or like any teeth that were like bleeding or anything like that. That's really the only time I will say no to doing their veneers, is if they're like bleeding that day.
So what do you tell people when they have broken teeth or really big cavities?
Well, that's why they come to me instead of going to the dentist. So I can just cover it up. I could just cover it up with a veneer. They won't have to worry about getting a deep cleaning. They won't have to worry about getting a root canal, crown, getting any of their cavities taken out. I will just make it look better. Like all of the teeth will look new. And that's why people want to come to me when they have broken teeth and cavities.
So how much do you charge and how much do you make per mouth?
So since I'm just now starting off, it's 1,000 for all the teeth at the top and 1,000 for all the teeth at the bottom. So you can do your whole mouth for $2,000. And usually I'll do like, I don't know, maybe like 8 people in a week. So I make over like 30 grand a month doing this.
Aren't you afraid of getting sued?
Well, they can't technically sue me because I have everybody sign a paper before they start, and basically that protects me from any lawsuit or any action or lawsuit like that. And I got that, but I got it like one of my friends. She uses it for like all of her things, so she just sent me a copy of it, and I have them sign it.
So can you tell us more about what it is that you make your customers sign?
So the paper that I got for my patients, it just basically says that they're consenting to the veneers, so that they know I'm putting this stuff on their teeth and that they want it to be on their teeth. So basically, that's it. So when if they try to take me to court, I have that because it says that they wanted this stuff on their teeth.
Where do you get your materials, like your dental bond and your adhesives?
Everything that I need to use, it comes straight off of Amazon. So everything except for the cleaning equipment, I just get rags from like Walmart, Dollar Tree, and then I buy Fabuloso and I wipe down like chair and stuff and wipe off some of the like my UV light. So for all of the rest of the things, we have resin, bond. I order it straight off Amazon.
Are you comfortable with me reading some of the comments from your recent posts on
Oh
social
yeah, on
media?
my TikTok, yeah, you can read some of them. Let's see.
Okay. One person said, "Why do you make all of the teeth the same color, white, like an old washer and dryer?"
See, they trying to be funny, but just because that they're the same shape and they're really white, most people they want them like that. They want them to be like really big because like I think it makes them more of like celebrity status, and they look richer when all of the teeth are like. I try to make them completely straight across, same size, and really white because I mean people prefer that, and people pay more money for that style of veneers, in my opinion.
All right, we're going to go back through this mess. I hope y'all got to hear everything that this young lady had to say. It basically just mirrors everything that I had to say before I started playing it. But I want to do frame by frame and try to make sense of what she just said. So let's see.
The nails.
Oh yeah, yeah. I always tell anybody if you know how to do nails, you can do teeth. You can do veneers. It is literally you're just doing the shape, putting it on there, using the light. Boom, they're done. Like if you could just focus and make it the right shape that you want, you can do it, and you can learn it fast.
How
All
did
right.
you learn to
Okay. So here's the thing. If y'all don't know, I am learning to become a nail tech, right? And the only client that I have right now is my sister in law, and that is for a reason. I live in a state of Ohio, and it is illegal to practice any type of nail service on anybody. I can actually get in trouble for doing her nails. Okay. Licensures are put in place for a reason. Okay. Somebody working in your mouth is not the same as doing nails. When I work on my sister-in-law's nails, I have to make sure that everything is clean and sanitized, okay? Not just me wiping it off with a bleach wipe or whatever. You have to sanitize your work area. You have to sanitize all of your implements. And by implements, I mean your nail clippers, my nail drill, the little implements that go inside of the nail drill, her chair. I have to make sure that I have filters in place so that we're not inhaling fumes and the dust and the remnants of whatever I'm using. There are certain things that a school will teach you both in dentistry and in nail tech manicuring school that are imperative for safety of you and your clients. So it's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. I've seen several veneer techs comparing laying composite veneers to the same as being a nail tech, and it's not the same thing. So what she's trying to say is that if you wear acrylic nails, it's the same thing when they lay the acrylic on your nail as it is when she's putting that resin and that bond on the teeth. But it's not. You have to learn the anatomy of the mouth and each tooth, just like you do have to learn the anatomy of the hand and the nail structure. And that's for a reason. So it's not the same.
do composite veneers?
I took a class. There was a girl that was doing veneers, and I DM'd her on Instagram, and she said that she was teaching a class, and it was $800. So I went to her. She taught me everything. She gave me my certification, and then I started the next day. It was only a 1 day class.
Do you think
Now, as far as schooling, anybody that's thinking about getting veneers or even just general dentistry, if you see something that pops up out of the blue and you're trusting of that, I really don't know what to tell you. Dentistry, dental assistants, dental hygienists have been around since time. Not at any point in my life have I ever heard of a veneer tech, and I wouldn't be trusting of going to one when I can just go to a regular dentist. If you go to your dentist and you say, "Hey, I'm not pleased with my smile," and you ask for recommendations of what you should do, they're going to ask you what your end goal is. Why do you want veneers, right? And you tell them, okay, well, I just want my teeth to be straight, or, I don't like my bite, or I want them to be white, or whatever the case may be. They're going to give you a referral for a consultation with a cosmetic dentist. They're not going to just say, oh, okay, well, you can get it because you requested. So then when you go and get the consultation, they're going to look at your mouth. They have to look at the health of your teeth. They have to look at the gum structure, the bone structure. They have to do X-rays. They have to make sure that you don't have an infection in your mouth. They have to make sure that are your teeth real? Do you have partials? Do you have crowns? Do you have cavities? Do you have gum disease? All of that. They have to look at your records from your primary dentist. They don't just slap something on your teeth because you're requesting it. And then again, it's going to cost money, and that's for a reason. Um, and so I just think that veneer techs prey on the vulnerable, people who may have not had the best experience with a dentist because they have anxiety or dental phobia, which a lot of us have, including myself. They prey on these individuals who may not have the extra out of pocket expenses to get cosmetic, dentistry, or individuals who may have been denied by a dentist because of whatever's going on in their mouth. And so they found a way to prey on people who will get a couple of dollars to have somebody to make them look like somebody that they idolize um on social media.
Think that people in this country need a license to practice dentistry.
That's just the government. The government is always trying to scam. They're always trying to stop people from making money because if everybody can make money from doing veneers, that takes away jobs from like dentists and doctors and stuff. So I just believe that when you make somebody have to have a license to do something, you really just want to take their money and you want to make it harder.
That's not the case, and we all know that. Nobody's gonna put a dentist out of business ever. It's not the government scamming on anybody. You need a license for a variety of reasons that can all be researched, so I don't need to go deep into that. But my thing is, if you know that you wanna practice dentistry, you have an affinity for making people feel beautiful, by way of a nice smile, then why not just go and be a dental hygienist? It's just that simple. And see, my thing is, she's saying that, dental hygienists or dental assistants are trying to hate. That's not the case. And my thing is, when you go to the dentist, let's say like when I go to my dentist, the hygienist will clean my teeth first, right? She does the x-rays, the yearly x-rays. She cleans my teeth really well. She asks me about whatever concerns I have, different things like that. When she's done, the dentist, the doctor, will come and inspect the work. So she's going to, again, look over my teeth, make sure nothing's inflamed. There are no cavities. She looks over my x ray, all of that. So nobody's going to put a dentist out of business. It's just no such thing. It's just a scam that these people are making a lot of money on because they know how to prey on the right people, and now they're mad because they're caught, and it's irresponsible and it's ignorant to me.
Somebody said, "Why you make all your customers look like Mr. Ed?"
See, oh my God. I just be blocking out the haters like that because that's really haters. Like that's probably some dental hygienist or some dentist that's just hating on like what we do because they're just mad. I don't even pay attention to them haters.
The next comment says, "This is fraud. Somebody lock her up."
Yeah, so when I went to my training class from a real my veneer tech that taught the class, she used to be a dental assistant for 2 years. So she has been doing this.
Okay, and we're going to leave it off with that. Again, dental assistants aren't put in a position where they can do anything like that. So that person must have learned from somebody else, or somebody, a group of individuals got together and all learned how to do this illegal service. But it's irresponsible for anybody to not do their due diligence and see if this is a legit way to make money. And like I said, it's ignorant and it's irresponsible for you to sit up here and make excuses for what you know is wrong. And it's just dangerous because, again, you can cause somebody to lose their life while you're just worried about making a couple of dollars. And in fact, we're going to go into the next clip. This is from a lady who sought out the services of a veneer tech that she found on Instagram, who has since changed her username handle on Instagram. But this lady claims that she went to her to get veneers done and she ended up with an infection within 24 hours. And we're going to listen to her story. So I can't remember what her name is, but she does have a Facebook page and she posted it on all social media platforms, as well as reaching out to the news station to get some type of remedy. So let's hear what she has to say.
You ain't gonna run me my money. Okay. Facts. You might don't run me my money, but you won't make another. You won't make another dime here. I'm gonna be at your office. Every time you open that office, I'm gonna be sitting out there. I'm gonna have the news people out there. Maybe I'm gonna have the consumer protection out there. I'm gonna have the investigation out there. You won't make another dime in Tampa. You won't do that here. No. You don't want to run me my money after you messed up? Okay, bet. Monday, it's on. I can't wait the Monday to get here. Let me let a few more people get on here. Because a lot of people ain't friends with me on IG. So I'm bringing it to Facebook because I posted it on Facebook and I'm going to post them receipts right after I get off this live. Yeah. Y'all tag y'all people, y'all bring them in, for real. They come up, y'all, come on in. Let me let y'all know what's going on. I just tagged her name and her IG on this Facebook page because I've been on IG since yesterday. But people been asking me what's going on. So I'm coming on Facebook so y'all know what's going on. So bad. I reached out to this lady. She go by the Veneer Ferry, the with THEE. I reached out to her about 2 months ago and told her I wanted to get a service from her. Would she provide veneers? I guess that's her specialty. She was licensed in or whatever. So I went there for a consultation. She told me at the consultation that I would need a partial and that it was going to be $3,500. So I gave her half that day. She took my impressions and she said when the impressions came back that I could come back to her office and get the impressions on back. So fast forward to Wednesday. I get there Wednesday for my appointment. She give me the impressions. I try them on. I tell her immediately, these things is too big. I don't know what you need to do, but they need to be shaved down. They need to be adjusted. They need to be something. They too big in my mouth. Something need to happen. So she tells me that they got to be shaved down. I'm like, bet. She was like, but she didn't really have the tool, but she was going to try her best to shave them down. Red flag number one. So I'm like, okay, as long as you shave them down, that's cool. So in the course of her causing herself supposedly fake shaving them down, this dude comes in her office. Mind you, I ain't even started getting my teeth fixed or nothing. A dude come in her office and she asked me, do you got the remaining balance? Because I need to get him some money and I wasn't able to go to the bank. So I'm already looking weird. Like, you ain't even started on my teeth and you asking me for the matter of fact, I had gave her $2,000. She was asking me for $1,500. That's what was owed on the balance. So I was like, okay, cool. So she get the envelope. She give it to the dude. I don't know who he was. I guess he was her boyfriend. This is a scam that they running. She give it to the dude. He take the money. He sit there. She tell him to count the money before he leave. He count the money. She was like, this only $1,000. I said, yeah, I cashed out you $500. So she was like, okay, bet, that's cool. So he count the money. And this before you even start putting the utensils in my mouth. He count the money. He tell her how much it is. And then he leave out the door. At first, I ain't peep game because I'm like, okay, I'm finna get my teeth done. So what she do with her money is her business. So bet she calls herself shaving them down. Then she immediately start putting the veneers. She start doing the veneers and putting the partials in my mouth. So while she putting them in, She sit me back up because she got me leaning to like a dentist chair. She sit me back up. She say, it's going down. She sit me back up and say, I just want to tell you that it's a possibility that glue might get on your partials and they might get stuck in your mouth. Now, at that point, I didn't know that partials was supposed to come in and out. I just found out that they wasn't even supposed to be glued in your mouth. That it's supposed to be something like if you get an implant, the partial's supposed to be able to come back so you can get your implant. So when she tell me that, I tell her, okay, but you're going to have to shave these down because I can't talk. She was like, okay, I'm going to figure something out. So she go back to doing what she doing. By this time, mind you, I didn't get to her office till 5 o'clock. I got there like 5:15 p.m. Wednesday. So by this time, like I said, she set me up like she was like nervous, like they're going to be stuck in your mouth. And I'm like, are you going to be able to shave them down? So she still went over the fact of shaving them down. She was like, I'm going to do something. And all you got to do is adjust to them because they knew. Me, not thinking, trusting her. I'm like, okay. So then, like 8:30, like 9 o'clock, 9:15 rolled around. She's still working on my teeth. The dude called her. He like, what you doing? You still there? She's like, yeah, I'm still here. But I'm so hungry. Before this happened, she kept saying, oh, I'm so hungry. Oh my God, I'm about to faint. Oh my Lord, if I don't get nothing to eat, I'm gonna pass out. You doing all this while you doing my teeth. Oh, I ain't ate all day. Oh my God, I'm just about to die. At that point, I felt like she was trying to rush. Right, for real, straight up. At that time, I felt like she was trying to rush on me. But I didn't say that because I didn't see the actual work because I was leaning back in this chair. So she like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. I ain't ate all day. I'm about to faint. The dude called her. It's like 9:25. He like, oh, I'm finna go to Longhorn. How long it's gonna be? Because they close at 10 o'clock. She tells him, oh, I'm finna hurry up on her so I can meet you there before they close. So I'm like, you finna hurry up. But at that time, I was like, okay, if you almost done, let me see. So she set me up. She was like, we done. I'm finished with you. So she takes some pictures. I'm like, oh, these things feel funny. I can't. At that point, I was talking so weird. I'm gonna post the video when I get done so y'all can see how I was talking. I was like, oh, these things feel so weird. They so bulky. Like I can't even close my mouth. She was like, oh, boo, you just got to get used to them. You got to get used to them. So we took a little selfie or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, they did look good. They looked okay, but they didn't feel good. So I was like, okay, let me give her the benefit of the doubt because she the professionalist, dealing what else she supposed to do. So I lead her. 12 o'clock at night, my mouth go to hurting so bad, y'all. Like I'm in tears. I'm taking hydrocodone. I'm like, oh my God, something going on. But of course I didn't call her at 12 o'clock because I'm like, it's nothing that she gonna be able to do. I know the office ain't open. But as soon as 8 o'clock came, I text her phone. I say, listen, these things got to come out of my mouth. I've been up all night. I haven't been able to drink. I wasn't even able to drink a smoothie. I said, it feel like my mouth is inflamed. I don't know what's going on, but these partials got to come out of my mouth. She tells me, I'm going to see what I could do because I got a doctor's appointment. I'm going to see if I can make it over there. I told her, I don't care if you got a doctor's appointment. I got to get these things out of my mouth. I'm like 2 seconds from going to the emergency room. She tells me, okay, well, meet me at 10 o'clock. I was already in the parking lot before she even got there. Yeah, I got text messages. I got messages between me. I'm going to post them next. I'm posting all of that. It's on my IG, but everybody was asking me on Facebook, so I'm coming to Facebook. I'm going to be the TikTok next. I'm getting her shut down. So anyway, she was like, meet me at the office. I'm going to be there at 10 o'clock. When she get there, I'm already out. I'm outside of my car waiting because I'm like, these things hurting. My sister had to drive me over there because I took so much pain medication. She didn't want me to go by myself. So we get to her office. She began to try to drill these things off my teeth. She like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. They stuck on your mouth. So she drilling, and I'm pulling them. She never numbed me up. I'm pulling these things like, get these things out my mouth. It took her an hour. She drilled these things for an hour. Finally, she say, before that happened, let me back up. Before that happened, she say, you might have to go to the ER because I think I'm gonna pull your real teeth out if I keep pulling them like that. I told her, one point my sister said, stop pulling the teeth because you're gonna pull your real teeth out. At that point, I was in so much pain. I was like, I don't care. I screamed. I'm over it. When she did that, I said, let me stand up and see if I can pull it myself out. Let me try to pull it out myself. So she got this little mirror in a sink in her office. So I stand up over the sink. I stand up over the sink. I'm like, let me try to do it myself. Because sometimes you can put pain on yourself better than somebody else can. I say, this is going to be my final attempt to try to get these partials out. I say, if I can't get them out, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. At this time, I wasn't even talking because they were dangling. They was halfway out, but they were stuck on my real teeth. They was dangling like she had put some super glue on there. I don't know what type of glue she used. So I'm standing in the mirror. I take my hand, I'm like, count, and I pull them out. When I pull them out, she's like, oh my God, let me see. She's so nervous. I was nervous. My sister looking like, I don't know if she don't pull her teeth out. What done happened? So at this time, she like, oh my God, I'm so glad you got them out. I was so nervous that you was gonna pull your teeth out. Oh my God. So at this time, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I'm still in pain. You just don't pull my, at that point, I didn't know whether my real teeth was gone or what. Because at that point, she was like, it looks like what I'm gonna have to do is get somebody else to shave them down, and then you could come back and I'll put them in your mouth, and this time I won't glue them in. So I'm like, man, I'm finna go. I don't even want you to touch my mouth. So when I get down the road, I'm still feeling like my mouth is sore and inflamed. Find out I got an infection, an abscess on both sides of my mouth, a whole infection going on. I text her and I tell her, I'm not gonna be able to come. That same day. I left her office maybe about 3:45 because I had to pick my daughter up from school. I leave her office, I text her at 4:30. I said, I'm going to the emergency room. I'm not coming back to you. I'm not going to be able to come back. I don't want you touching my mouth. I said, after the pain that I just went through, you didn't even have the proper tool to take them out, and you didn't even shave these things down. Y'all should have seen how bulk these partials was. Like the whole grill part was making me gag. It felt like it was going in my throat because she's supposed to cut it out or shave. I don't know what they're supposed to do to them. I'm not a specialist, she is. So I tell her, I'm not going to be able to come back. Girl, I got an infection in my mouth. You just put me through all that pain. I'm not coming back to get them. I don't want you touching me. And I got 8 veneers that I got to find somebody to take them out. My dentist probably won't even take them out. I got an appointment with them on Monday because it's going to be a liability issue. But I still got to get these veneers out my mouth. So I text her and tell her, babe, I'm not coming back. What can we do? And I'm going to put the text messages on here. They on IG. I say, what can we do about a reimbursement? I say, your customer service skills was good. I'm not going to deny that. But your product sucked. You gave me an infection. I don't want the product. You got the partials. I got half of the veneers was popping off. As she was pulling them out my mouth, the veneers was just popping off my teeth on the top. They was popping out. So I don't even want to go through that. What can we do about a reimbursement? She didn't respond. So I called her. I said, I'm perfect. Being in business, I've been in business for over 8 years. I said, being in business, when one of your customers reach out to you and you know that it was an issue because I was in your office less than 7 hours. I had these teeth on I had these veneers and partials in my mouth less than 8 hours. 8 hours. I came to your office. I asked her, what can we do about a reimbursement? She did not want to respond, so I called her. I said, I know you got my text. What can we do about a reimbursement? I said, at this point, you could give me half my money. I didn't even ask for it all. I said, because you did have good customer service and you did try to get them out, but you was unsuccessful. You didn't have the tools that you needed to get them out. I had to pull my teeth out with these things. Like, what can we do about a reimbursement? Because at this point, I got to hire a dentist. I got to pay for my antibiotic. Like, I done got too many bills in less than 24 hours. What can we do? She said, let me call you back. I got to figure something out. So I said, back, that's fine. 12 o'clock, mind you, that was like 8 or 9 o'clock the next day. 12 o'clock roll around, she hadn't responded. When I was getting ready to call her, she texted me. And she said, due to you signing a consent form, it's nothing that I could do about that. The only solution that I have, I was really trying to work with her. She said, the only solution that I have for you at this point is to get them shaved down and we try it again. Why would I let you put these things in my mouth when I got an infection? Why would I let you take me back through that when we just went through this pain? I said, that's not an option for me. I understand that you got policies, but that's not an option. You caused me to have an infection. I don't want you putting your tools, your hands, your super glue. I don't want none of that in my mouth. So that's not going to work. She tells me, well, she has tried numerous times to offer me a chance to come back to her office, and I have refused. So at this point, have a blessed day. You gonna have, girl, I gave you $3,500. I only asked you for half, and you couldn't accommodate me with that. So that's why I came to social media, because everybody need to know. I found out she was not licensed. I got the text messages. When I went to post it about her, people went to inbox me. They said this girl was in Baltimore doing tea, and she messed up people in Baltimore and came down here with the foolishness. Girl, you ain't gonna get away with that in Tampa. Trust me, we're gonna get you shut down. I'm gonna tell everybody about you. I'm gonna post you all over social media. I'm gonna be standing at your office. If anybody going there, I'm gonna tell them about the experience. I'm gonna show them the hospital papers. I'm gonna have my dentist papers to show them. Like, girl, you caused this foolishness. You did that. I wouldn't let you touch my mouth, my children mouth, nobody mouth, my friend, Facebook friends, nobody mouth. So yeah, after she told me it wasn't gonna be nothing she could do, and that this was a kicker. She said, "Oh, she got good customer service, so regardless of what I say, her customer service skills will get her far." Yeah, your customer service skills will get you far on a call center job, but now when you put something in somebody's mouth causing infection, it don't matter how good your customer service is. That go out the window when I had to go to the emergency room and you told me you weren't gonna accommodate me. So who cares about the customer service? Yeah, facts. Right, she not legit. Right, but I guess because she from Baltimore, she gonna bring that janky service down here and we gonna let her ride. No, it's not gonna ride. I will be calling Bay News 9. I'll be calling 13. I'm calling all of them, baby. You're not gonna get away. I'm calling everybody. They will know information. I'm gonna be posting her address. She already changed the name of her business, so y'all be well. That's why I posted a picture of her. Y'all be well, because if you were standing on business, why would you go to your IG page and change your information? Why would you change your information if you felt like you was in the right? Why would you change your information? The first time you told me to go to the emergency room, you should have known you weren't right. You don't even got the tools, love. No. So yeah, that's what it's about. So I'm gonna be posting all night. I'm gonna be posting her information because she gonna run me my money. And if she don't, that's fine. You're gonna lose more in the long run. You won't make a dime here in Tampa peacefully. You won't do it. You will not do it. I'll make sure if I have to pick a fence outside your office, you will not make another dime. You ain't even supposed to be shaving people real teeth, girl. You done glued them darn partials in my mouth. You crazy as hell if you think I ain't gonna get my money, or you ain't gonna make a dime, or you gonna get locked up and go to jail.
So boom.
Okay, y'all. Whew. I know that that was a lot. Girl, listen. I understand. I really do. I understand why she's so upset. But here's the thing. And again, this video is just more so, I don't even know if you want to call it it's an awareness video, okay? Do your due diligence, all right? You want to find somebody that's board certified in dentistry. It's a reason why. Like, you can't just go on first of all, I've never really seen a dentist advertise anything on social media. Now, they may do like little cute videos or whatever, but they have contact information that you can verify with the board of dentistry or whatever. You can check their credentials. The credentials are usually, in behind invisible sight. You know what I'm trying to say? When you go into the office, they're displayed, right? So there's no way I'm gonna go on Instagram, Facebook, any type of social media platform to seek the services of someone that's doing something in my mouth. That's number one. Number two, from my understanding, this person had the lady that's on my screen now order her a partial. Okay. So she went to get serviced by this young lady. The lady put the partials in her mouth, and then I guess she got veneers on top of the partial, if I understood that correctly. So that was a no. And then I don't know why you would let somebody fit your mouth for anything that could obstruct your breathing, your eating, your sleeping. So you didn't do your due diligence to find a board certified dentist. You paid her. No. So the way that it works with this young lady, she has you take a picture of your teeth, the front, the left and the right sides. You send those pictures to her, and then she looks at the pictures and determines if she can do the veneers or not. Okay. No x-rays, no nothing like that. So that's what the lady before this young lady did. She sent her the pictures or whatever, and then I guess she went in to get fitted for a partial, and then she went back to get the veneers. Now, I did see, but I was unable to get the Instagram story where the lady was happy after she got her teeth done. She, gave the girl a good review or whatever, and that was that. But I'm thinking that the abscess was already on or already forming in her mouth, and wasn't aware. And so the girl put, or the young lady, I shouldn't call it a girl, the young lady put the, um, Lord have mercy, put the veneers on top of what was already an infection in her mouth. And so she covered it. The infection doesn't have, the bacteria doesn't have anywhere to go, and so it set up an abscess, and if anybody's ever had one of those, I haven't, thank the Lord, but I heard they are very painful and it can be fatal, right? So my only thing with that is, so your mouth is in excruciating pain, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't drink. Why would you go back to her? There's nothing she can do. I don't understand what you're expecting her to do. You should have got in contact with an emergency dentist or gone to the emergency room so they can at least try to stop the infection as quickly as possible until you can get to a dentist. That just doesn't make sense to me. But again, I understand her being upset, but you can't be more upset with her than you are with yourself because again, you didn't do your due diligence. You didn't make sure that this lady was certified to do anything. You can't just show me a certificate and be like, "Oh, okay, well, I took this class and this certificate says that I'm allowed to do this to you and this is how much you owe me. Lay back, let me do this." Like that just doesn't make sense. And then, like I said, you didn't go in, you didn't inquire about any type of PPE, no type of medical equipment. They probably don't have crash carts. They can't get crash carts. They're not a medical facility. No oxygen tanks, nothing. The young lady probably doesn't even know CPR. All right. So why would you lay back and let somebody play not only in your face, but in your mouth like that? That just doesn't make sense to me. But again, I think these are people that are vulnerable and people who may not have a lot of out of pocket or a lot of money to pay for the out of pocket expenses for cosmetic dentistry because it's not covered by insurance. They may not have insurance and they're just embarrassed by how their mouth looks. But I'm not gonna go into that. But it just it just doesn't make sense. You can't be more upset with her than you are with yourself. So, I don't know. But let's go ahead. This is the young lady who did the veneers for her. She's gonna explain what she does, how she does it, and her side of the story.
If y'all haven't been tuned in, or if y'all don't know, it's been a lot. These past 24 hours been a lot. But people always have a lot of questions and Q&As for me, and I can't fully respond to people like as soon as possible, but I always try to get it done within the 24 hours. A lot of questions that most people ask me, like what is the policy, what it is that you have to do, how does it work. So basically, I'm gonna just give y'all a little bit of insight. Pretty tell so can my fiance get his teeth done? Yes, he can. So I'm just give y'all an insight on how it works. So basically, you have composite resin veneers, and then you have porcelain. I am a veneer technician. I am not a dentist.
Now, I had to stop her right there because I did my research. This is illegal.
Now,
This is
let's her
crazy.
give
I
her
hope
commentary.
y'all not allowing people to play in your mouths. They not supposed to be in your mouth at all. They're not licensed. They need to go through 8 years of schooling to become a dentist in order for them to place veneers on your teeth, sis. I'm sorry. That's just what they saying. They saying that this is illegal.
Anybody that asks me what I am or what my policy is, I will tell you off rip. I am not a dentist. You do not need to have a license or a dentist license in order to be a veneer technician. You're a technician. You're not a dentist. I'm not doing any shaving. I'm not doing any surgical work. I'm not doing any extractions or any of those things. Therefore, I don't have to be licensed in order to do what a dentist would do. Y'all following me? If y'all following me, put your thumbs up. Second thing, now you do have to go and take the trainings and take the courses to be certified. Yes, you do. Because you can't just be out here with no type of certification, no training, nothing. No, that's just like a lash technician. There's a lot of people that do lashes, but they're not licensed. They're just certified. They took the training course. So it's the same thing with veneers. Veneers is an acrylic overlay over your natural teeth. which means it's just like for females, y'all go, y'all get your nails done, and you get the acrylic over your real nail. Y'all follow me? Okay, cool. Same thing with veneers. Very similar, but a little bit different. So how a basically consultation would go, you would DM me or you would call or you would contact me and you would say, hi, I'm interested in your service. I would say, okay, what service are you looking to get? Boom, boom, boom. Let's just say a customer or a client says they want to get veneers. Okay, cool. I'll have you send 3 photos of your teeth. Once you send me 3 photos of your teeth, I'll examine your teeth and say, okay, you can get these type of veneers, either composite or porcelain, whichever is best suitable for you. And it comes in a set of either 12, 16, or 20. Means 3 top, 3 bottom, 8 top, 8 bottom, or 10 top, 10 bottom. Okay, cool. Now, how it works for my business, all my sales are final. It's in my bio. I make sure I elaborate that to my clients when I'm texting them with their confirmation text and before I take any of their money. All my sales are completely final. I'll let you know it's a $500 deposit in order to book. Your remaining balance is due the day of service. Now, let me put my phone down. Can y'all still hear me? On the day of service, once you pay your deposit fee with me, that goes towards your remaining balance as well as the paperwork, and we'll do another consultation. Because I just want to clear the air. I'm not pointing any fingers, but I've had an incident within the past couple of days where it's coming to you soon. I'm coming to you soon. Okay. I've had an incident. I don't know if y'all been on TikTok or if y'all been around, but I'll get into that eventually. When you come into my office on your day of service, mind you, you've already paid your deposit. Your deposit goes towards your remaining balance. Now, again, all sales are final. Don't get me wrong. I understand people change their mind. You get what I'm saying? Or this, that, and the third. But you also have to look at it from my perspective as well. Now, depending on what the reason may be, I may, give you back your deposit because you're no longer coming again, but I make it very clear that all sales are final. So and I don't force you to do anything. So do make sure before you come to me, understand and make sure this is something that you want to do, because once it's sent, it's sent. Y'all also got to understand when y'all go to Miami or when y'all go to Atlanta or when you go anywhere, you understand what I'm saying? When y'all go and y'all trying to get y'all body done or y'all going to them other places and y'all trying to get y'all teeth done, once you send that deposit, it's over with. It's non-refundable. You can't call them people back and say, I didn't do my own. How come? I had to tap it. I didn't do my own. I went to Miami. I went to Dental Design Smile to get mine, but I was trained by some of the people who did my teeth, that facility. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to get used to this Q&A thing. Where was I at? Oh, okay. So yeah, when you send your deposit, once you pay that deposit is sent. It's over with. You understand what I'm saying? You can't call them people and say, oh hey, I changed my mind, or oh hey, I don't want to use death.
But see, this is why it's important to go to somebody that has a license, because let's just say they do your veneers and you don't like them, or you're having a problem with eating and all of the things, then you would reach out back to that dentist and say, "Hey, it's not working out. What can we do?" Now, if they are negligent and they decide I'm not doing anything for you, then that's when you can use the board of dentistry at your disposal and file a claim, right? And they have to take care of it. And you can actually file a lawsuit as well. But in this case, no, nobody can do anything because they're afraid and they don't know their rights. And you're going to these people that don't know the law and are just trying to get a quick buck. And they feel like, okay, well, if I shove this piece of paper in your face, you're going to comply and shut up and not question me. And that's exactly what's happening or whatever. And it's just unfortunate because unless the people that have gotten these illegal veneers go and file a civil lawsuit, they're out of money. There's nothing that can be done. There's no binding contract.
That's what I have bereavement in the family. You can't call them people and give them an excuse and expect them to get your money back. Do you understand what I'm saying? Thank you. You can't do that. It's basically a lost cause. So I treat my business the same way as such.
And also, I hate when people that do things that are illegal and they know it's a scam, it's fraud. I hate when they try to use other people as an example to justify what they're doing is right, even though it's wrong. I don't care if they're doing illegal BBLs and illegal this and illegal that. That doesn't mean that you can do it. I hate that.
You understand? Now I may have a little bit more leniency, but at the end of the day, business is business. Okay, cool. Y'all following me? All right. So once you come into my office, hey, how you doing? Don't get me wrong. My customer service is customer service is very important. You understand? Because you go far. Do you do it in Baltimore or can we? No. So I used to travel, but I don't travel anymore. I've never really did veneers in any other state but Tampa, Florida. So you will come into my office. This ain't no chop shop veneers. This ain't no in the basement. I have a full office, like a dentist office. I have the table where you sit back and do your payments and your consultations. I have the dentist chair. I have the dentist light, the whole 9 yards. So a client will come in, they've already paid their deposit, we'll sit down. As soon as they sit down, I already have everything set up for them. You have your paperwork on the desk. So it's 2 forms that you sign before I even take any of the rest of your money, which is a waiver and release of liability form and a consent form. Those are 2 separate forms. Now, of course, this generation or this time of days, people don't like to read. They just like to skim through things and sign whatever. That's your business. That has nothing to do with me. My priority, my responsibility is make sure I explain to you everything of the process, the paperwork, and make sure that you're on board. Yes, I do. Yes, I don't know if you just came on, but yes, I do have a certification. Yes, I did the training that I don't know why my question's not coming up. But yes, I do have a certification. This isn't my first business. I've had multiple businesses and I'm by the books. And also I'm a client too. You understand what I'm saying? I like to get my lashes done. I like to get my hair done. I went and got my teeth done too. So I was once a client. Once the wave yes, I just joined. No, it's okay. So like I was saying, I'll have the forms for you. So what's the tea about that, lady teeth? I'm about to get to it. Boom. You have 2 forms. You have a waiver and release of liability, and then you have the consent form. I explain to you which each form is. You know what I'm saying? I let you read it and I let you sign it. No pressure. Sometimes I even. So did she originally what? Did she? I don't know why the thing is not coming up where I can just see y'all comments. How do I understand the deposit is not refundable, but even if the clients didn't like the resolve, there's nothing that could be done. So no, listen, y'all. Let me explain to y'all what happened. Does the certificate make this a legal service to perform though with no license? Yes, because it's not required to have an actual license because I'm not a dentist. It's the difference from being a dentist and being a technician. That's like a lash tech. You understand what I'm saying? So once the client signs the form, out of their own consent, it's 2 separate forms that they sign. Then, I'll answer the questions after I'm done speaking so I don't keep getting thrown off. Okay, boom. I also let them know after you sign your forms. Another thing, I don't take anyone's money. I don't care how much it is. I don't care who they are. I don't care if you're my homegirl when you come in to get service. I treat everybody as such in a professional manner because at the end of the day, you don't miss business with pleasure. That's just something that I go by 24/7, regardless. So once you sign your forms, I take the remainder of your balance. I don't take your balance and then I have you sign. No, ma'am, I don't do that. Once you sign your forms and I've seen that you signed it, I then take the remainder balance of what you owe for your service. After I do that, I let you know, like, I'll be taking a before and after photo of your smile, just your mouth. As y'all can see, it's mainly just my clients' mouths that you see. If you do see their face, that's because they're fine with showing their face. And I ask them, is it okay if I take the photos for business purposes, for promotion? Yes, that's fine. Okay, boom. So you go, you get your veneers done. It usually takes between a 4 to 5 hour process. Once the veneers are completed, I let you look at your teeth. I let you examine them. I have multiple mirrors in my office. I even put you on the LED light. I turn the LED light off. I let you fully examine your teeth before you leave out of my office. Reason being, I don't know if any of y'all do business or have a business, but once you walk out of that facility, it is up to you to speak up and say I think you should get my bank since she was taking them off. I'm gonna have to finish answering. It's up to you to tell me if you like them, if you don't like them, if there's any uncomfortability or whatever the case may be. Because once you walk out of my office, it's over with. Especially if I've asked you now to address what y'all asking me as far as the situation that happened, and I really don't want to like exactly target her. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. So I've had speaking now because exactly. So I've had a client in the past. She came, she got her veneers done, but she had a partial. So I don't know if y'all know, but partials and bridges are for people who have missing teeth and they need a replacement. Okay, cool. So a partial takes 7 to 14 days for it to come in. Once it comes in, I'll notify and say, hey, your partials are in. We'll service a date for that works for the both of us. the service provider and the client. Okay, so she came in, she tried her partial on, she said it was perfectly fine. She just had to get used to it. That's what's her exact word. She just had to get used to it. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, other than that, other than you having to get used to it, never said it was uncomfortable, never said it was excruciating pain, nothing. Mind you, this is a brand new partial that is fresh out of the lab, customly made for her mouth. It was still sealed up in the box. I'm very sanitary as well because this is mouths at the end of the day. It was still sealed up. She opened it herself. So, the stories of having an infection and all this, you got to understand, for people who don't know, you have one tube. The tube is probably like the length of my finger, probably a little bit longer. One tube is per client. You understand what I'm saying? My mouth guards, brand new mouth guards. I don't reuse my mouth. I don't reuse anything. For one, I don't even accept. That's another thing that I forgot to mention to you guys. I can pick and choose who I allow to come into my office and to do their teeth. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm looking at your mouth and I'm looking at your teeth, and I can tell if you have an infection or not. You understand what I'm saying? Because I go to the dentist myself on a regularly basis. Not only that, for the people who don't know, if the bottom of your gums are a little like puffy or like big, you understand what I'm saying? That means you have gingivitis. That means your gums are exposed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Therefore, gingivitis is a form of a bacteria or an infection. I'm not putting my business at risk, and not even my business. I'm not going to allow a client to come in with having those conditions, and I have 50 million other clients who want to come into my office. That's not fair, and that's a safe and health issue for me along with my other clients. So to avoid that, that's why I tell my clients to send photos of your teeth so I can see and examine and say, yes, you can come, or no, you may not. Now, don't get me wrong. Some photos you can't see everything, but when I'm up and personal and close and I can see, then I'll go ahead and I'll say either yay or nay or so on and so forth. So to address the client, because I see a lot of people keep asking about her. Mom. Yes, Kalani. Yeah, we can go home in 1 second. Exactly. That doesn't even make sense. And I'm not doing nothing like that. I'm not gonna sit here and put something over something that needs to be fixed. That's like spraying perfume over dirt. Either way, you still dirty or you still stink. So anyway, long story short, she had a partial in her mouth. She said she just had to get used to it. Okay, cool. Nope, exactly. They're not gonna last long. She's had the partial in her mouth. She never said it was uncomfortable or hurting her. She said she just had to get used to it. So I explained to her, I said, okay, well, there's two ways you can do this. I can do your veneers with the partial out of your mouth, and then you can put the partial in, or you can keep the partial in your mouth, because she was saying that she wanted to get used to having a partial in her mouth. Her exact words was she wanted to learn how to talk with the partials in her mouth. So
Okay, so why wouldn't you see with her with her not being a professional, she wouldn't know what to tell this person to do. Common sense will tell me if I just got partials because I have missing teeth, I will go home, sit my butt down, and get used to them. That's the end of the story. You're asking someone who has no license, no training, no education, no experience, and anything related to the mouth, the anatomy of the mouth, what you should do. And so you take her word for it. Why? Why? So you let her glue this stuff on your mouth with this new partial that you just got the same day, not knowing how it'll fit, not knowing how it has to adjust to your mouth, not knowing if you're going to be able to sleep well with it, if you're going to be able to eat well with it. So you put the partial in and you tell her, "All right, that's fine. Glue some teeth on the rest of my teeth." That just doesn't make any sense. This is not common sense, y'all. It's hard for me to feel bad for people that don't use common sense. And then this young lady's talking about you can tell when somebody has an affection. An affection doesn't always present the way you think it might present. It may not manifest, I should say, in the way that you think it might manifest. And that is why dentists will do x-rays and examine your mouth thoroughly to see what's going on. A lot of times you can have a cavity with no pain and not know it until they do x-rays and actually look in your mouth in areas that you can't see. So you're not a medical professional to sit here and say you can tell when somebody has an infection just by looking at their gums. This is just ridiculous.
I said, okay, or I could do it that way as well. But I just want you to know that if I do it with the partials being in your mouth, it's a possibility that the glue may seep through because I still have to put the white veneer over the partial, which is a crown tooth. It's a possibility that it may get stuck to your real teeth. So if you're sure that you want to do this, we can do this. I just want to let you know the possibility. But if worst case scenario, we can always remove them. So she said she was fine. I can't read the comments and do this at the same time. Hold on, call him back later. So anyway, we go ahead. Now, mind you, this is a 4 to 5 hour process. So we go ahead. She sits down for the whole 4 hours, and I do her veneers. She's finished her veneers. She still has a partial in. Daddy, FaceTime video. She still has a partial in, and she still has a partial in. If he call it back, just tell him you want to call him right back, okay? She still has a partial in. I asked her if she like her teeth. Daddy, FaceTime video. She gonna call you right back. All right. Sorry, y'all. So okay, boom. Her veneers are finished. She loves her teeth. I'm asking her, how does she feel? Is she comfortable with them? All of the above. She's saying she's fine. It doesn't hurt her. You know, she loves her veneers. Okay, we go in the mirror. She looking at them. She loves them. I asked her before she leaves the office. I said, okay, try to pull your partials out to see if you can take your partials out. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's my job to make sure. That the customer is satisfied, because once you walk out that door, once again, as long as I make sure I cover all my steps, that's it. So she's like, no, I can't remove the partial. It's kind of stuck. I think it's glued to my teeth. So I can take the veneers off on the side, and so that way you can take your partial out, and then we can remove, and then you can put it back in, so that way you can take it in and out. Her response to me was, no, it's fine. I don't want to take the partial out of my mouth. I'm not mad that it's stuck to my tooth on the side. I just have to get used to talking and it being in my mouth. So I said, okay, are you sure? You positive? She said, yes. No, I love my teeth. They're perfect. I'm so happy. She goes and she makes a video on her phone in my office, smiling, cheesing, saying I did her teeth, giving me promotion. Okay, the night is over with. I never rushed on her teeth. Even after I finished her teeth, we still was there like another 10 to 15 minutes, because of course now I have to get my content. So I'm getting my content, I'm recording. I've made sure I asked her numerous times if you wanted me to remove the partial out of your mouth, so that way you could be able to take it in and out. She told me no, she was fine. She just want to get comfortable with it. She's not mad. Okay, cool, no problem. So I think she ended up texting me probably at like 3 a.m. or something like that, saying like, hey, can we just remove the partial out of my mouth because it's uncomfortable, and I think the partial was rubbing up against my gum. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. You can come in the very next day as soon as possible, as soon as I get to my office. So she comes in. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to read the comments as well as see what y'all saying. So she comes in, and so once she comes in, I remove the partial out of her mouth. Now, let's be for real. I'm not ready to sit here and lie and do all that, because I really don't care. At the end of the day, it is what it is. So we tried. I'm shaving down her teeth so we can pull the partial out. Now the partial is stuck in her mouth. Yes, it's stuck in her mouth because some of the glue got on the back side of her partial. Now I didn't glue her partial in her mouth. No, I would never do that. That doesn't make sense. So the partial is stuck in her mouth because the glue seeped through onto the other tooth, this was a possibility, and I explained this to her before she got her veneers. So it took us probably like 10 minutes for me to fully shave. I had to fully shave her top veneers off of her mouth and pull it out, so she was able to get the partial out. Now, if she had an infection, if she had excruciating pain, if she had all of the things that she claimed she had, right then and there is when she would have said, this is when she had all of this stuff. Because you already came back in the next day to get it removed. So now the partial is out of her mouth. She didn't yank anything out. I shaved her veneers off, and I removed the veneers out of her mouth. Once the partial was removed out of her mouth, I said, okay, it's off. What would you like to do? I said, now that the partial is out and you've experienced doing the veneers with the partial in, we will not do that again. Now that you understand, we won't do that again. What I'll do is I'll do your veneers. I'll do a very thin layer. And then if I have to add more to it so that way you can pull it in and out, then that's what we'll do. Her response to me was, okay, that's fine. I will come back in after I pick my daughter up from school, so that way we can, so you can replace the 4 veneers on her real teeth and then put it back on her partial. That was that. So she ended up texting me like 2 hours later saying like, hey, I'm just traumatized by the experience, and I know I have missing teeth, and I know my teeth are bad, but I didn't want to go to like a real dentist, but I think I'm just gonna take the money to go and pay and see a real dentist or so on and so forth. But she was looking for a refund. So, okay, now we're at the refund stage. Oh, yeah, so still nothing about an infection. Nothing about no infection. So she had a little abrasion on her gum. It's not an abscess. You didn't even have your veneers in for 8 hours or however long that you claim it is. Anybody that knows about infections or health or teeth or whatever, infections don't happen within minutes. Infections don't happen overnight unless the place is completely filthy or dirty. You didn't have the veneers in that long for you to have an infection. So that was a lie. Moving forward, so she says she wants a refund. So I'm like, okay, well, instead of me, I don't want to seem like I'm uncompassionable or I don't care and I'm just taking money because I'm not that type of person. She even explained to me how she loved the service and thank you for working with her even after I removed her teeth. So, we were trying to come to a common ground. So I don't know if anybody on here is a business owner, but basically what I was trying to explain to her, like, I was a client, so I understand, but I'm also a business owner as well. So, you paid for a service, she received the service. I didn't do anything wrong with the service. It's not like her veneers fell out. It's not like she got an infection like she claimed. As far as the partial being glued to her teeth, I explained to her the possibilities of what could happen if she decided to leave the partial inside her mouth. Once I explained to her and she understood the possibility and she still said that she wanted to keep the partial in while I do her veneers, that was on her. Now, if it was something that was going to cause harm or a safety hazard, of course, I'm not going to say, oh, just do what you want to do. That's on you. No, I'm not like that. I have my client's best interest all the time because at the end of the day, this is my business. So I'm explaining to her, I'm like, hey, what you went through, you won't go through that again because now you just will get the veneers without the partial being in it. You understand? So even still, she was still saying like, oh, I appreciate, the service, your customer service was great, so on and so forth. So now you paid for a service. You got that service. You were sad. Not only did you get the service, you were satisfied with your service. You were beyond satisfied with your service. You understand what I'm saying? Not only that, I have all sales as final, unless it's something on my behalf that I do wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like, okay, you have to be fair. What really would I be giving you a refund for? Because you changed your mind on getting the veneers, you still got that 4 to 5 hour service. You even said in the same breath that I overly exceeded the customer service and you loved your work. You loved my work. It was just the simple fact of your partial being stuck scared you. You understand? Which is fine. That's understandable. Now, honestly, and all of this happened so fast. So, and then, to address something, she said, oh, I text you at 4 p.m. and it's 8 o'clock the next morning and you haven't responded to me. I gave you enough time. For one, you didn't give me enough time because you don't know what I have going on or what else I have to do. You text me at 4 p.m. and I still had a full schedule of work. Quite frankly, I didn't get off until 12 o'clock in the morning. So yes, I seen that you text me at 4 p.m., but I'm not going to stop in the middle of servicing another client to go to respond to you when this client is sitting in my chair. That's not how business operates. You understand what I'm saying? I will get back to you. I will respond to you within 24 hours, which I did. You didn't even give me 24 hours. You text me at 4 p.m. and then at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're calling me. Ma'am, I just got off at 12 a.m. Please give me a time to actually get myself together and even come up with a solution to help you with this situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like, be fair. So now at this point, she's being like belligerent. She's being nasty and saying like, oh, this, that, and the third. I don't want to go into detail what she's saying, but it got down to a point where, it was kind of like she was threatening me in a sense or trying to bully me into give her, her money back. Now, she never was asking for the full amount, but she was asking for half of it back. But you received a service. You didn't receive a half service. I didn't put half of the veneers in your mouth. You understand what I'm saying? And then even still, you had 2 chances to come and say, she had multiple chances to come and say what the issue was. Now, if anything, I would have gave her, her money back for her partial because you paid for that. You understand what I'm saying? But now you threatening me. Now you got people calling my phone. I don't take threats lightly. That's one thing we're not going to do. So now it's just completely like, you understand what I'm saying? Now it's no response. Now it's no response because now safety is coming into an issue. You understand? And I didn't want to come to the internet with this, and that's why I wasn't responding or, because I don't feed into negativity because at the end of the day, I know I do what I'm supposed to do. I do my best at what I do. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, before any of my clients walk out, I make sure that they're satisfied. She's not the first person, nor will she be the last person that I've done veneers on. I've been in business for almost over a year now. I've had 50 million clients who've come in. If y'all go on my page, majority of my clients' teeth are messed up. Nobody's had this issue. You understand what I'm saying? So be fair. Like, honestly, be fair with yourself. If you go and you get your makeup done, right? That MUA, they go and they do your makeup. You get a full service. You make sure you ask them if they satisfied, and they say yes. Once they leave out your chair, out your door, it's over with. Now, if they touch you and be like, "Oh, I don't like my face. I want my money back." I'm sorry. You had the opportunity to say what you needed and what you wanted fixed or changed, and you didn't. So now you don't want your money back, or that's like you saying, "Oh, I got my hair done, but I don't want these braids no more, so I'm gonna take them out. Can I get half my money back?" No, that's not how that works in the business field. No, that doesn't work like that. And then for you to furthermore go on and try to be threatening and demanding, and that's not how you do that. So I just wanted to clear the air, and I don't really want to. I'm gonna look at the questions in a second. I just wanted to clear the air, but at the end of the day, my clients always have the choice and the option to decline service. You don't have to sign. Yeah, it's not. I'm not really giving the energy into the client. I just wanted to address the whole because it's just was too much, and I was tired of. So I'm like, let me just get on here and explain to y'all how the process works, and how the steps work. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe if she would have came about it better, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being like so quick to react and respond before you got to threatening or doing whatever, then yeah, I probably would have. You know what I'm saying? Gave her back something. But the minute you just be demanding and threatening me and then try to bully me, no, ma'am. So for anybody who is looking forward to getting service or anything like that, like I said, all my sales are final. I don't force my clients to do anything. I let them know right before they sign their forms. I don't take any money until after you sign and read your forms. Now, if you choose not to read your forms, that's on you. That has nothing to do with me. My job is to make sure I present it to you and you sign it. Once you sign it, I give you your service. It's my job to show you what the end results of your service is. If you like it, you speak up. If you don't, you speak up. Now moving forward. That's that. Now, if something happens, like it broke off, or you know what I'm saying, it chipped, or it's dark, or whatever the case may be, then yes, that's on me. And I'm always willing to fix anything. Just like when she came back in the next day. She was willing to come back and get them fixed and done over. So it kind of threw me off, like, well, wait a minute, you just was about to come back. You understand what I'm saying? So where's all of this coming from? You've never not once said this. I get on social media and now you're saying all of this that I knew nothing about. So it's like, where's all of this coming from? But yeah, I just wanted to clear the air. You know, that's how the process works as far as coming in. Give me a second to look at these comments are saying, I think she gave him a name. Then so she never took them off at my office. I took them off for her. I understand it was even if the clients didn't like the results. There's nothing that could be done trying to fix them. So she never said she didn't like her teeth. If y'all go on my story, that's it should still be up. That's her making a video of her teeth. So she never said she didn't like her service. She actually loved her service to the point where she was making a video of her teeth. As an MUA, I just would have. Well, I mean, to each business is different, to each his own. But like I said, you know, makeup materials versus veneer materials is a huge difference, and it's very cost effective. It's a huge difference in that, like a huge difference. Why did I tell her to go to the ER? No, I told her if she was in excruciating pain that she should go to the ER. I didn't tell her she had to go to the ER to remove her veneers. Otherwise, the ER would have did that. The only and to answer your question, the reason why she still has her the reason why she still has her bottom veneers on is because she was supposed to come back and get the remaining put back in. She said she wanted to go pick her daughter up, and then she was coming back. So that's why. So you told her you could remove it, but once it came to removing, it couldn't be removed, or there was a struggle. No, they got removed. I removed them. Why can't you give her a refund? She's not getting a refund because she paid for a service and she received the service and she was satisfied with the service. Let me see. What's the difference between the partial and regular veneers? So a partial is like a bridge. So if you have missing teeth, then you have to get a partial to put the missing teeth in. She was not satisfied. I think she was very reasonable, and we have to be a little bit more considerate in this. I always put my clients and my reputation first. Always. If she wasn't satisfied, she wouldn't have left out my building happy. Her mouth wasn't infected. You don't have to be a licensed dentist. I've never did teeth in Baltimore. Y'all must have, and I seen that as well, and that threw me off. I've never did veneers. I haven't lived in Baltimore for over 7 years. I've never did teeth in Baltimore. I'm not a doctor, and dental surgery is not It's for extractions. That's for if you're gonna get anesthesia to go to sleep, or that's if you have to do shaving of the teeth. I don't do any of that. Oh, y'all can't. The comments aren't turned off. Yeah, she's showing a text of what she want to show. Stop, Kalani. What was your question? So she didn't take them off. No, she didn't remove them. I removed them. She wouldn't have been able to remove them. If that was the case, she could remove her bottom veneers. So you didn't tell her you didn't have the proper tools. What she wanted me to do was shave down her exactly like your mouth. So you know how you have the top of the roof of your mouth? That same piece comes on a partial. So it's kind of like the curve, like the inside of your mouth. She wanted that to be shaved, like she wanted the inside of that to be shaved and cut off. No, I don't have the proper tools to do that because, again, I don't shave down teeth. I don't shave down partials. That's how it comes. Now, it can be, depending on certain clients, it may feel comfortable for them, it may not. It all depends. I don't shave. I don't do any type of shaving. If you read my bio, it tells you exactly what I do. I don't do anything outside of what I can't do. I can't see the new questions. How do it come?
All right, so that's pretty much the end of that. She has some technical issues and she gets her butt offline. Here's my issue. I've never seen a doctor, lawyer, dentist, dental assistant, dental hygienist, anybody of that caliber, if they have an issue with a patient, get online to dispute it. That is why you need to be licensed. And not only do you need to be licensed, you need to be educated, experience, and you need to have some type of malpractice insurance that covers your ASS when situations like this arise. Things can happen, but you have insurance and you let your lawyer speak on your behalf and handle it, right? This is just out of pocket, it's out of order, and I am just I just can't believe it. That's all I can say about it. I can't believe it. I have never seen anything like this in my life. Furthermore, she keeps talking about, if you go to a business and they give you a service and you don't like it, you don't have a right to get your money back. That's not true. I have two businesses, okay? And there have been situations where I have had to refund customers, even though I really didn't feel like they needed to be refunded, but they weren't satisfied with my product. And so it's easier for me to just provide good customer service and give them their money back and hope that, in the future I can make it right. That's how you conduct business. It doesn't make sense to go back and forth via social media. What she said wasn't true. I need y'all to believe me. Here are my credentials, this, that, and the third. It doesn't make any difference. One bad review, one bad customer review can tear your whole business down. So that doesn't even make any difference or whatever. There have been plenty of times where I have bought things that I thought I liked when I was in the store because I was happy because I had a couple of dollars and I got home and had buyer's remorse and I didn't like it. Or, sometimes you might go out to eat and get something to eat and you feel fine and you get home and you get sick. So what are you going to do? The restaurant shouldn't reimburse that person because they got food poisoning? Like that doesn't make any type of sense. She just sounds foolish at this point. And so I don't know. But I did go on TikTok. I just wanted to share with y'all real quick some of the things that I found on TikTok as it relates to these Veneertechs. So give me a second. We're gonna watch a couple of those and then we're gonna peace out. Let me see if I'm able to. Give me a second. All right, y'all. So this is a young lady. I'm not gonna play the sound because of the music, but as you can see, she does not have on a hairnet. Hair is not pulled back. She does have on gloves. She doesn't have a drape on her client. Okay, and it looks like she's polishing teeth. It's just unprofessional. You got these big eyelashes on or whatever, and nothing about that screams professional. You don't even have a lab coat on. And then you got people in the comments, like I said, they prey on the vulnerable and people who don't know any better or people who are just looking for something quick and easy, they're all agreeing with this service and saying that they want theirs done. How long do they last? These people are even offering specials to attract people who they know don't have the wherewithal to go to a licensed dentist and pay their fees. So they offer these services at a discounted rate or whatever, and people are jumping on it. There's another video that I hope will pop up quickly about a young lady who is laying on this table and she doesn't even she has cavities in her mouth and she's getting these veneers. Maybe I can find it real quick, y'all. Hold on. But it's just disgusting. These people, like I said, don't care about the overall health of their teeth, of their gums. They're not seeking the assistance of a professional to see how they can restore the health of their teeth. Instead, they're going to people who are promising, here it is, promising them something that's just unrealistic and unprofessional. So here, you can see the gums. I mean, you can see. Let me try to go back. Right there. She has a big cavity right there. Who lays on a table like this to get services from a dental professional? Who? It's wild to me, y'all. This is insane. There was one more. Here's another angle. This girl has her arms out, her breasts are exposed, no proper PPE, aside from this little mask and these gloves. The patient doesn't have on anything protecting herself. She's using a dental pick to do I don't know what with. And then the caption is when you realize you can make $5,000 a week being a veneer tech. It's just crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Let me know what y'all think. Leave me some comments. I did just want to let y'all know briefly that I will be going live on Monday through Fridays between 3 and 4. And we're just changing up the style a little bit. I'm not necessarily doing true crime cases anymore. So that's just going to be the end of that, mainly because YouTube has been giving me a big problem with the cases that I want to cover. They're either demonetizing them or just not allowing me to upload them, even though I've been very cautious with how I present them. So I just don't have the energy to fight with them. So we're just going to be doing stuff like that, or stuff like this rather, just finding different things that I find interesting on the World Wide Web and just having a brief conversation. So it will still be kind of in the legal realm, but not specifically true crime. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I do appreciate y'all for coming. For anybody that's going to be on the replay, thank you so much for your time and watching my content. And I will holla at y'all later. Y'all be easy. Peace.